I got the horse right here, the name is Paul Revere, and here's a guy that says if the weather's bleak.
Hello, racing fans, and welcome back to another edition of Handicapper's Corner, brought to you by the Derby Bar and Grill. I'm Mike Heads, along with Drew Forster. We're going to go through the Friday, August the 17th races at Hastings. We do have 7 races on tap. Of course, the usual 7 o'clock night post time, and no stakes races this evening, but some good competitive races.
Yeah, some good races, and I should mention, too, so we race Friday night. We do not race Saturday or Sunday. We're back at you 6 o'clock post time on the Monday card. Right now, we're going to go through the... Friday night card, 7 races, Mike mentioned on tap. The first is an optional 25 for 3 and up. Colts and Geldings. Yeah, that's right. It's a good race right off the hopper here. Go to mile 16th, field of 5. I went to the one Absolutely Stylish. We've seen Phil Hall just setting the world on fire right now, batting 32%. He absolutely got cooked in the BC Cup Classic on the head end. They went, I think, 22 and change, 46. He faded bad. He looks to me to be the main speed in here. Ace Deuce could try and go with him, but I think he's quicker. I think Absolutely Stylish strikes the lead and could be dangerous from there under Enrique Gonzalez. I put Bestray in second. He gets Amadeo Perez aboard. Amadeo Perez was riding this guy last year. Second in the George Royal, third in the John Longden, second in the Mount Rainier behind Mach 1 Rules. He beat Barkley that day by 3 lengths. Barkley came back last Sunday to win the Long Acres Mile. If the pace starts to fall apart, if Ace Deuce and Absolutely Stylish start to go, then you can look for your closers. I like Bestray in the second spot, and I don't want to leave out Ace Deuce. This is a horse on a roll. 1 for 8, 1 for 16. Barb Head's having a very good meet. He's just a horse going the right way, and I can see him having a big impact on this race. I went 1, 2, and 5.
Yeah, I went to the 2 Bestray. I agree for the reasons you mentioned. Blinkers off last time, just running against better horses. Yeah. Bottom line, this horse was in the fighting all the way, and only got beat a length and a half for second. Ended up 6th. I mean, it was a better race than it looks like on paper.
Only got beat by 4.
Yeah, and Amadeo Perez has gotten along very nicely with this horse in the past. He stakes placed on 3 different occasions last year with Amadeo in the irons. So I like Bestray maybe to sit in the pocket and be dangerous from there. I put Square Dancer in the mix. He's always tough for 25. Yeah. He did lose to the streaking Dashing Dawn last time. He, of course, won again last weekend. Square Dancer, if the pace scenario is really warm, a small field, he can win the money. And I agree with Ace Deuce. I don't want to leave him out either. He's sharp. And he does have some back class to him. He did get down to the $4,000 level, but now he's rolling, going the right way. Where other horses are maybe going the other way. Yeah. And you always want to take those horses on the rise. Yeah. And mind you, he's in pretty tough, though, with a couple of horses dropping out of stakes races. But I went 2, 3, and 5 in the Friday opener on race number 2, 6250 claimers, going 6 1/2 furlongs. Got a field of 6 signed on. And I did go to the 6 Maggie's Guy. Good runner-up effort last time to Aditya, who would be the heavy favorite in here if Aditya was in the race. I see some speed in here with the 2 BC Charlie, the 3 after the conflict, and the 4 Kelson. And I think Maggie's Guy, who did go out there last time because the pace wasn't fast, can sit in behind them. Pretty versatile horse that I think will run a good one. And Sahin Savachi, who's been riding pretty much in all of Jim Brown's horses, and they've been done very well together. I like Maggie's Guy to defeat BC Charlie, who ran a smasher first time out, lost to a couple of real nice veterans in Burnham and Born at the Track. And still, this is an easier 62.50 for him, so I think he's live. And I put the 5 Fleming's Beach, who might take advantage of a hot pace as well and get into the mix. But I thought Maggie's Guy would get a good trip.
I went to BC Charlie. I just thought, as you mentioned, a big effort last time. That was a tough 8 with Burnham and Born at the Track.
He was fighting the whole way.
1:16 and 4 they ran. He only got beat a few lengths. Just a really good effort. And he hadn't run since last year. Should move forward with a race under his belt. I really like BC Charlie in here. I put Kelson. This is a horse who just had a really strong year so far this year. He's run 4 times. He's won twice, including his non-winners of the year, non-4 last time. This is the next logical step for him into a 62.50 for trainer Glenn Todd. Kelson for me in the second spot, and Fleming's Beach. Don't want to leave him out. Just a honest horse, shows up every time. He comes out of that same race as Maggie's Guy last time. Maggie's Guy was more forwardly placed, and Fleming's Beach came from off it and just missed catching Maggie's Guy, so I wanted to keep him in there. I went 2, 4, and 5 in the second. On the third, Fillies and Mares, 16, non-3, going 6 1/2 furlongs, field of 6. I went to Classic Statement, just won this race, got her second win last time over Eco Charge. Drew away from him, too. She won by over 3. She looked in control. No reason why she can't come back and win again. For our good friend Ken Johnson, Ken and Sharon Johnson on Classic Statement. Amadeo Perez was aboard last time. a huge race coming back to a sprint. Classic statement for me right back. Eco Charge was the horse who ran second last time. She said all the early fractions under Aaron Grider. Aaron back aboard for Cindy Krasner. I could see Eco Charge maybe turning the tables on Classic Statement today. But boy, Classic Statement was impressive last time. I went Classic Statement, Eco Charge. And I put in Maury Girl. I didn't want to leave her out. She's out of the same race. Only got beat a neck last time by Eco Charge. And hasn't run started off the year, made 8. Then she won a 16. Tried the Supernatural. That wasn't for her. Got back into claiming company last time and ran a good third. Yeah, she fits well in here. I went 1-3-6.
Yeah, it's not often you get 6 horses that ran against each other last time that come back to run against each other again. And we do
all
have
in the same
that,
race.
which makes it a little easier handicapping assignment when you get them all coming back out of the same common race. And but Classic Statement was so impressive. It's really hard to go against the horse. Won by 3 lengths, showed speed. I don't know if there's anyone that can really bother her on the head end. Maybe the 2 Northern Storm will show a little more speed with blinkers on this time. So maybe this horse will be more forwardly placed. But
yeah, she didn't get in the race last time.
No, she was kind of got shuffled back. Yeah. Once she gets dirt hitting her in the face, Northern Storm, she becomes a very ordinary horse and just loses interest quickly and just kind of runs around there. But when she gets out on the leads, her best races are when she went in 16-2 and won 17-1 last year. With Richard Hamill up. Both times she was on the lead and no dirt hitting her in the face. So I know they're going to try and get her out there, I would think. And Eco Charge continues to run good races. Did all the fighting last time. Was out there with Classic State and lost the battle, but still managed to hold second. And I like horses that do the fighting early and do all the heavy lifting. And
don't absolutely pack it in.
And held well over Maury Girl, who was just a back marker early and made a bit of an impression late. But I thought 1, 2, 3 were the horses, and Classic Statement looks pretty solid in here. So 1, 2, 3 for me in the third. On the fourth race, $4,000 claimers going a mile and a 16th. We do have a scratch already. Number 3, PG Star is out. This mare has entered back for Monday. And against fillies and mares. I went to the 2 Alpha Uno in here. Good runner-up effort to El Super last time. Just ran into a horse that got loose on the lead and just couldn't catch him. This race has drawn, I think, a pile of speed with Santa Fe Trail, who likes to go out there. Yep. Run Harvey Run is always close to the pace. Peyton's Best is on the stretch out. Pfeiffer is fast. Half the field wants to go to the front. This should play out nicely for Alpha Uno, who did comfortably defeat Talket's Charm, who is the other off-the-pace runner in the race. So I just thought Alpha Uno was in a very good spot today. I put the 1 Santa Fe Trail, who I usually pick.
You picked him last time
because I thought he'd get the lead, and he was. I thought he could have been, made the lead, but didn't. And once he doesn't make the lead early, he's vulnerable. But the inside might not have been the best place to be that day because Cedarburg was on the outside. And he ended up outrunning him, but still, he's dangerous at this level. Santa Fe Trail, and up at the 4 Run Harvey Run, still has to prove himself going long, but. He's down for 4,000. Should be a factor. Nice win, 2 starts back at the non-3 level for 8. And Jose Mariano Asensio back aboard for Mike Anderson. I just thought Alpha Uno was going to get a trip. I went 2, 1, and 4.
I got the same horses. I went to Santa Fe Trail on top. You've been picking him. I haven't been picking him.
I know, you're jumping on now.
I just don't think he was getting a whole lot out of his first races, and he looked at the head of the lane like he was going to win for fun last time, and I think that caught up for him, just, the fitness angle of it, that he hadn't really been getting anything out of these races. The timing, I think, is better for him than Alpha Uno. Alpha Uno hasn't run in a month. Santa Fe Trail's back in 2 weeks, and he's going the right way. I got Santa Fe Trail on top of Alpha Uno. I'm with you. Those are the 2 I really like in here. And Run Harvey Run. It's a logical spot for him. One is 8 and on 3. Then he ran in that tough race, that Burnham, born at the track, BC Charlie. Yeah. Now he's in for 4, and he's run good going long in the past. Only got beat a length by Kermode and Catch Me last year in a 16 on 3 going long. So he's live in here. And an honorable mention to Talket's Charm, who will be making his 100th start in this race.
Wow. I know. He's a cool horse.
22-time winner.
Cool horse, Talket's Charm.
And he's won, too. Like Mike mentioned, a lot of pace in here. If it starts to fall apart, that would be my 4th horse. But I went 1, 2, and 4 in the 4th. On to the 5th. Claiming 16, 3-year-old and up, wide open, $16,000 event. Field of 8, down to his field of 7 now.
Handsome Chef's out.
Handsome Chef's out. He's back in on the Monday card. This is a good race. Can make a case for a lot of these in here. I went to Sergeant Rick. He's been running a lot tougher races. 2 back, he only gets beat a length and 3/4. In a 25 after he broke, brutal. Just absolutely walked out of the gate. Even the last one wasn't bad. Dashing Dawn, as you mentioned, he came back. Dashing Dawn won by 2. He only missed running second by about a length and a half, did Sergeant Rick. In for 16, I think that could be the tonic he needs for Jon Snow and Enrique Gonzalez. Sergeant Rick for me, on top of City Steel. I don't want to leave this guy out because he just shows up every time. Watch how Ace Deuce runs in the first. If Ace Deuce runs a big race in the first, this guy just got beat by him last time. And if Ace Deuce could make the jump to 25, it makes City Steel all the more live in here. Put him in the second spot, and I threw in Sunset Drive in the third spot. Another one that's coming out of that Dashing Dawn race. Blinkers Go On. This is a horse that's run generally tougher races throughout his career. He did win for 16 last year. He's been up a little higher this year. Back in for 16. He could be dangerous, especially the duo of Barb Hezon and Tony Reyes have been on fire lately. I went 5, 8, and 3.
Yeah, I went to the 3 Sunset Drive, but I don't love anyone in here. I thought Ida Goodis was also interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. Same with Silent Eagle. I mean, he's been running good. Royal Briar's eligible.
If the pace scenario is hot. I just don't see the pace scenario being warm at all. I think Sunset Drive gets the lead with blinkers on. He's going to be dangerous. He couldn't get the lead last time against Dashing Dawn and some better horses, though. But I think at this level he might be able to get the lead. He was off 5 weeks, too. But definitely a better spot for Sunset Drive. He's been getting beat up pretty good against those tougher horses. Ida Goodis claimed by Denny Spence and Cindy Krasner. I mean, this horse is in a good spot as well. He also comes out of the Ace Deuce race, was doing some chasing in behind horses, and he's better than that race. And I like Richard Hamill aboard as well. And I agree with Sergeant Rick. He's going to be dangerous at this level. I just thought all the horses that have kind of proven themselves, or at least been running it for 25 or more, are the ones that are going to be dangerous in here. The horses coming up from 12.5, like Royal Briar, I mean, they ran for 16 last time, but they've been kind of running at the 12.5 level. Heart Set, Silent Eagle, and City Steel. You know, I just thought those horses may not be as good as the 3, 5, and 6, but we'll see. I went 3, 6, and 5 in race number 5. Under the 6th race, got some $4,000 fillies and mares here. The non-ones at 2 lifetime, going 6 1/2 furlongs, and I thought the 7 Cassidy Finality cutting back was going to be pretty dangerous. Really didn't give the horse much shot either time going long, but the horse did outrun my expectations and run actually 2 really good races. And I think the filly will definitely enjoy the cutback of a quarter mile, 2 6 1/2 furlongs. So I like her to win it. I put the 5 horse 7 Chances, who finished just behind Veloso, next out winner Veloso Raptor, who also came back to win going long. 7 Chances and Where's My Jenny were my next 2 horses.
Yeah.
I thought those 2 were both interchangeable, the 5 and 6, but I thought the 7 looked, for me, a bit better than anyone else in here. I just thought those races, chasing those 113 and change, 6 furlong splits, going long, coming back to sprint, this horse would be dangerous. But I went 7, 5, and 6.
I just flip-flop your top 2. I put 7 Chances on top. I thought Velociraptor is a pretty tough horse in this category.
Horse is in for a lot of money on
25
Monday.
or something on Monday. Yeah. Good second behind Velociraptor, as you mentioned. Came back to win last time. Gets in light with Jose Asensio. I could see 7 Chances winning this. I agree with Cassidy Finality. Definitely want to be tough in here. And in the third spot, I threw in First Summer.
I left that one out. That was it might have been a mistake.
It's kind of an interesting one. The Jim Brown barn, one that's been running way higher, in allowance races. The Ross McLeod, a non-2 allowance last time. Running against, under par, Tiptoe. Here's Hannah. Running against considerably tougher horses. She's had a nice little break. Now she's in for 4,000 and she could be tough. I went 5, 7, and 9. In the 6th, on to the 7th. 3 and up, Maiden, 8, going 6 1/2. I went to the 4 here. I really like the 4 horse here. This would be probably tough to say on a maiden race, but could be my best bet of the day here. Santa Claus out of the Pat Jarvis barn. Really good effort behind Cyclone Dan. Cyclone Dan went right up the ladder, too. He's running for higher. In his first start in a maiden 4, came back in a maiden 8, only got beat 3/4 of a length, got a 52 buyer. That towers over this field. If he can run that race back, he wins it. Santa Claus for me on top. The newcomer, Honk. The other Pat Jarvis runner coming from, actually John Martin had this horse down at the Bay Area. Was running for 12, 5, 15, ran 15 out last time at Emerald Downs. Comes here, maiden 8 could be just what he needs. Put Honk in for second, the well-named Honk. And I threw Unleashed in for third. Another one running in tough races. We saw the first race, runs 5th behind Cedar Chines. He came back to win for 16 the other day, the 3-year-old race. And last time with Bow Chicka Wow Wow, Dream of Peace back alley Denali. Those are tougher horses. Blinkers Go On. Little drop to the 8,000 level. Could do the trick. 4, 1, 5 for me.
Yeah, I agree with Santa Claus. I mean, I wish the blinkers were still on, but hate seeing a change. I just think the horse just
He's
needed
running so good, yeah.
in an easier spot, and this 8's come up easier. But Santa Claus and Pat Jarvis should be very dangerous. She's been going very well, Pat, of late, and so is Antonio Reyes. I put the 5 horse Unleashed, as you mentioned, blinkers on, class drop here, and that's good enough to put him in the second spot. And I put the 6 Red Buffalo, finished just ahead of Unleashed in that Bow Chicka Wow Wow race. I put him in for third. I thought those were your horses. I did leave out Honk. Could be a mistake, but have a look at that one in the paddock. Could be live for Pat Jarvis in the Elphinstone Racing Stables. But I went 4, 5, and I didn't leave out Transplant too. Has been working well.
Yeah.
It's been a private purchase by the Willow Creek Farms, and trainer Deirdre Bell have been working well in the morning. But 4, 5, 6 for me in the Friday night finale. Next up on screen, that'll do for our analysis, and we'll just give you a quick little recap here. Here comes our selections up on screen. Of course, my selections will come up.
There you go. Mike is always at first.
Back in race number 1, I went to the 2, Bestrea. I'm going to go 2, 3, and 5. Race number 2, I went to the 6, Maggie's Guy over the 2 and 5. Third race, number 1, Classic Statement. Going to go 1, 2, and 3. Race number 4, I went to the 2, Alpha Uno over the 1 and 4. Race number 5, I went to the 3, Sunset Drive over the 6, Ida Goodest, and the 5, Sergeant Rick, but I think you need a few in there. Race number 6, I went to the 7, Cassidy Finality. Going to go 7, 5, and 6. And in the finale, just as Drew mentioned, probably one of the better bets of the day. Number 4, Santa Claus, going to go 4, 5, and 6.
On to my picks. There we go. Back in the first, I went to the 1. One horse in the first race, absolutely stylish over the 2 and the 5. In the second, I went to the 2, BC Charlie. There you go. There's your daily double, 1 and 2. BC Charlie over the 4, Kelson, the 5, Fleming's Beach. In the third race, I agree with Mike. Number 1, Classic Statement. That Classic Statement, Santa Claus. Those could be your 2 picks of the
Bankers,
day.
Yeah.
Classic Statement over the 3 and the 6. In the fourth, I went to the 1, Santa Fe Trail over the 2 and the 4. In the fifth, I went to the 5, Sergeant Rick over the 8 and the 3. In the sixth, I went to the 5, 7 Chances over the 7 and the 9. And the nightcap, I agree with Mike on number 4. Looks tough. Santa Claus over the 1 and the 5.
Well, thanks everyone for tuning in to Handicapper's Corner. As Drew mentioned off the top of the show, no live racing on Saturday or Sunday. We do resume racing on Monday night. Yeah. 6 o'clock post, a little earlier than the Friday nights, but a little hour earlier. We do have 7 races on the Monday night program. Lots of simulcasting this weekend. Pacific Classic.
The Derby. That's right. Delmar. Great time of year for simulcast with Saratoga in the mornings and Delmar in the afternoons. It does not get any better than that. Of course, the Derby Bar and Grill is always your home for the simulcast racing or any of your TVC outlets.
Yeah, come on out to the Derby Bar and Grill. Always a fun atmosphere here. On behalf of Drew, thanks everyone for tuning in. Good luck in your wagers on the Friday evening program. We'll look forward to seeing you next time here on Handicapper's Corner.
I got the horse right here. The name is Paul Revere. And here's a guy that says if the weather